everyone, this is Marcua McFarland, Family and Consumer Sciences Agent with NC Cooperative Extension in Union County. And this is FCS at Home. Well, everyone, it's a brand new year, which means new goals and resolutions that a lot of folks out here are trying to set. That may look like learning how to speak a different language, or even learning a new skill like painting or playing an instrument. But for a lot of folks out there, what's really popular is improving on making a healthier lifestyle for themselves. And a lot of that can start off with just simple new habits that I'm going to talk a little bit about today. And that includes eating a variety of our foods, as well as making sure to portion our foods. Now, when I mean eating a variety of foods, that includes making sure we include all of our food groups in our meals that we have every day. Food groups we can think of like the traditional My Plate that we had, or the older food pyramid, as our proteins, which can include meats, or even things like legumes, grains, whole grains like cereals, rices, even things like quinoa. Vegetables like broccoli, tomato, and even red bell peppers, or fruits like oranges and strawberries. And we can't forget our dairy like our yogurt and milk. So a great way to picture how your plate should look with different variety of fruits and vegetables is checking out My Plate. You can check out My Plate's visual representation of how your plate can look for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which includes all of those important food groups. And it kind of shows a great way of how it should look on there. Now, another thing we want to talk about is portioning. Now, one of my favorite things during the holidays was stacking up my plate with everything that I loved, whether it be sweet potatoes or chicken, ham, collard greens, all of my favorite things. But one of the things that I wanted to change about creating a healthier lifestyle is making sure to make my plates a little bit more easier on my body, which means making a little bit more of a smaller options based on the My Plate that we use. So what I would do is kind of measure out with my hands how much I should have of a different food group. So whenever I would have some brown rice that my mom or any of my aunts or uncles would make, I would use my whole fist, and that would represent a cup. And I would do about the same for some of my vegetables, whether it be collard greens, even maybe sweet potatoes. Another thing is when I would eat my consumed proteins, I would maybe have a slice of ham or a piece of chicken. And we want to make sure that we get about a serving of 3 ounces of our meats. So I would use the palm of my hand to measure that out as well. And what if I wanted to add a little bit of cheese? Well, I would think of that as my thumb, which is about 1 ounce of cheese that I would have with anything that I would eat. But also, one of the things that I did remember about how I can be better about changing up my plate and making sure we use smaller portions is to remember to enjoy a lot of the foods that we eat. Remember, if it's a special treat, maybe sometimes you want to have some cookies or just any of your favorite treat. You don't have to give them up. Just let's think about that in the sense of portioning. Maybe that looks like you have a small amount every other week of your favorite treats. Maybe it looks like we're switching up our favorite treats so that we only have them once a month, but then we have a healthier alternative that we can have for the rest of the month. But no matter how you do it, just think about eating a variety of different fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and dairy, and including that and looking at it from a sense of My Plate. You can check out My Plate at myplate.gov. And for any other tips, tricks, and recipes, visit our county extension website at union.ces.ncsu.edu. Happy New Year!